All right, I'm here with Dan Collingridge, co-founder and CTO of Flex. We've never had a conversation like on camera before, so I'm really excited about this.
This is great. Yeah, we've met quite a few times, but not formally like this, so this is awesome.
How's the show been for you? You've been wandering around for 3 days now, talking to lots of dealers, talking to lots of technology partners. What's your big takeaway?
And this place is hopping. Like, there's some real work getting done here. And
have you been to an NADA before?
I have been to it, but not in it.
Got it.
If you can believe it. So this is my first time actually in the venue, and it's amazing. I mean, people come here to Vegas to have fun, but this is work straight through. Yeah.
Okay, so there's been a lot of waves being made on social media lately because you all developed. You kind of had like sneakily been working on a product. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about the ecosystem and this new product that's got everybody talking?
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I'll start with Aria. That's what we're calling this new thing. It's kind of a separate brand from Flex, but it is tied in a little bit. What Aria is, it's an acronym. It stands for Automated Response Inventory Assistant. And that just tells you what it does, right? But at Flex, and we've got a product called LiftKit that we don't talk about much, but it's been around we've been working on that for more than 15 years. And it's really focused on the inventory.
Wait, you said more than 15 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Aria is new, but the LiftKit side is what powers Aria. And we've been working on that for a long time, and dealers love it, and we've always just kind of rolled it into our services.
So what is LiftKit?
LiftKit is an inventory system designed to just master the process of pulling in inventory, normalizing the data, getting it set up perfectly, and then sending it out everywhere else. That's the short of it. And so what we did with Aria is I'm a tech guy. I'm a computer scientist, information technology guy, and so I've kept my eye on AI for a long time. And I've kind of been wary of it just a little bit over the years because there's a lot of promises that have been made. But what's AI good at? It's good at automating things, generating things, and sorting through a lot of data. So LiftKit, being a data platform, has allowed us to really put a brain behind Aria combined with the AI aspect. It's fire. It's awesome.
Okay, so I saw the commercial, which you, I think, had a cameo in.
Yeah.
You were a little bit of a hand model in the Aria commercial, but basically it was you or the user, sales manager, talking to their phone, asking specific information about how many cars they have that are in this category, how many of this, why aren't these cars doing what they need to do? And the example was, well, they don't have photos. Well, can you fix that? Yes, I can. And it's just literally like a Siri-like conversation with real language that seems like wizardry. And I know some people are thinking like, well, yeah, it's easy to make like the conversation go like that, but does it actually do anything? And I think the fact that LiftKit is undergirding it. So tell us about the commercial and like how people interact with the product and what it can actually do.
Yeah, I'll just say first that we've had so much fun working on this because, like you said, it's taking those things that really aren't super flashy and exciting about the industry sometimes, like working with inventory, and it's really just taking it down to a level that it's just natural, right? It's natural language. You're going to tell it what you need done, and it'll do it, and it'll be accurate. It'll give you really informative information. And so yeah, it's really as easy as that. You're just going to say, hey, talk to it normally on things you need to have done. It'll go get it done, and it'll come back and tell you when it's ready.
So when did the commercial launch? Like a week ago? A little bit more? 2 weeks?
Yeah, no, it was last week. Yeah, we flew in. I flew into Dallas for a day. Michael Cirillo with Emer and I, and we just put it together, and it was fun to make. It's using real product, and we're excited to have everyone see just that little teaser that was in that video to get it in your hands here in a few weeks and use it.
And what was the response to the video?
It's been great. Yeah, I mean, it was a quick little shot, but even just from the moment we arrived here, people have been talking about, so tell us about this. What's Aria? What's it going to do? And we're excited, yeah.
Okay, so we have this new technology, and it seems like shiny on the outside, but what are some of the practical problems it's actually going to solve for a dealer?
Yeah, our vision for that is that anyone in the dealership can just sit down with it and just start off by getting high-level overview of what's the status of things, what's their traffic like, what's the inventory that's getting traction, what should they be focusing on?
Give me some example questions that a dealer could ask.
Yeah, so just like, hey, tell me about our sales yesterday.
And what's it going to say? Tell me about our sales. Very broad question.
Yeah.
What might come back from that?
And we've built it to really give short responses that will then prompt more interaction, right? So it's like, hey, this is how many cars you sold yesterday. This is what sold. And you can say, well, how does that compare with the last month? And it'll go and dig that data. It'll pull out the next month's or the last month's data, compare it for you. But then it'll go into more things where it's like, what can we do to get more traction online with our inventory? And it says, well, we've noticed some errors in your inventory. Like you're missing some photos and some descriptions on these vehicles, and those need to be in place to be advertised on Facebook. Great, what can we do about it? Well, why don't I go generate those for you? Perfect, do it.
So this is like, we are kind of maybe putting the stake in the heart of having to pull reports and wade through spreadsheets and wait for things to load because it can speak back to us. And in the video, the dealer is in the car on the way to the dealership or wherever they're going.
Yeah, we want to make it super easy. So we're taking things that you're already doing, but you're spending a lot of time doing it and just making it natural. We also want to make sure that we're integrating closely with third parties as well. We're not out to replace systems that are out there to do this, just make it so much easier. So once you make changes in the system, it'll make those changes, sync them out to your third party providers, and it's all just, it's going to go together, yeah.
Okay, so what does it look like for the remainder of this year? What does the product roadmap look like? How can actually, and even more important, like how can dealers like get in touch for a beta or like start to like figure out how they can implement this stuff?
So it's coming out real soon. We want everyone to get their hands on it. So we've got February 20th is our launch date for our beta. So if you go to ariabot.ai,
spell
right
it.
now, ARIA bot.ai, you can go get your name on the list. We're taking about 200 names right now. And then we're going to get into those people's hands, and then they'll just start playing with it. And then we've just got a whole roadmap of rollouts we're going to be doing related to that. We're starting, it's focused on inventory, but there's so much around inventory that it can do, and then we'll be branching off into other areas as well.
Well, Dan, this is super exciting. I love the new logo. I love to see you all walking the floor and giving your brains, but also your hearts into this industry. Thanks for giving me a few minutes today.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.